Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending our presentation, our pitch session. Today we are very happy because we are highlighting the collaboration between the present territory in Pays de la Loire, Nantes area, and the Germany, Hamburg territories, where both territories obviously are very linked with maritime industry, maritime history, but they are now also as well very linked with decarbonation of the maritime industry, whether it is shipping, whether it is offshore wind as of today. Both areas have a very interesting solution to offer, very interesting requirements as well, solutions that should be implemented. And that's why Nantes and Hamburg been collaborating for the last years to be able to get the companies, academics, organization, local government to collaborate to be able to deliver this. And that's what we are going to present today. And I'm personally Florent, Violain, representatives of the Polymer Bottle Atlantic Innovation Cluster in Pays de la Loire. And we are guiding you through this collaboration. So the Polymer Bottle Atlantic is an innovation cluster, which means that we are supporting the innovation of our member companies and member academics partners, supporting the funding, access of funding to our members, supporting the finding the right partners, local partners, international partners. That's why we're here today in various sectors, which are from port, offshore wind, defense, naval industry, leisure boating, and so on, ecosystem, obviously. And what I want to present as well is two initiatives which are very strong here in terms of maritime decarbonation. One is mid-2050, which is the French Institute for Maritime Decarbonation, with industry partners, with academics partners. And we are tackling the decarbonation of the sector with simulation, with roadmaps, and with actual projects that are solving issues together, merging into deploying proper solutions through the whole decarbonation requirement, from energy saving to actual fuel decarbonation, wind propulsion, and so on. The second institute I want to speak about is France Énergie Marine. So this is a French institute for offshore wind research, based in Nantes, based in Brest, based in Marseille. They have infrastructure, they have researchers, 100 people in research, running a great number of projects with national partners and international partners, solving environmental, grid integration, offshore deployment, impact, logistics topics, and with industry partners which are members of France Énergie Marine, such as industrial companies and developers, operators, and again academics. It's all about mixing local, international expertise, academics, industry, operators. That's the whole story of mid-2050 of France Énergie Marine, of Polymer Bottle Atlantic, and what we are doing in terms of collaboration. And to be able to illustrate how the collaboration is working between companies and so on, I want to give the floor to Gestal.
Thank you, Florent. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. I'm Quentin Palayer. I'm the Deputy Business Unit Director for maintenance, new maintenance and projects for Gestal. Gestal is a company based in Saint-Nazaire historically, created in 1946. Gestal has developed a strong know-how in maintenance and field services alongside two major customers, which are obviously Chantiers de l'Atlantique and Airbus. We help them optimize their performance, operational performance, production performance, thanks to 3 levels. First of all, we help them obviously with maintenance purposes, electromechanical, electrical, mechanical. We help them with new projects, revamping of installations or brand new projects. And in the end, we help them on their production purposes in order to help them outsource production when they need it. If they trusted us for so long, it's because we have a key factor in our company. People in Gestal are very close to the field, are very deeply proactive on the topic on which they are responsible. And this is what brings us to develop our activities right now. Since 2019, Gestal was integrated into a FCDE investment fund, which helped us to grow, to foster development with 2 new major customers, which are Naval Group for one part, and for the other, and for the other part, General Electric. So yesterday, our main activities were aeronautics and naval. Today, with General Electric, energy is our main sector in which we are bringing our expertise. And this is what we are seeking to develop, because for those customers, our field maintenance department, which was used to work with conventional industry, are developing and growing fast, because they are now 45, bringing expertise all around the world on harbors or directly on offshore sites. The other activities that we developed alongside GE is construction sites. We developed on Montois in joint venture with ADF, another French industrial company, a site from scratch on which we are constructing roofs, transformers, and converters directly for General Electric. And today, with those partners, we are seeking to develop more and more our activities throughout France, obviously, and abroad, and first thing first, maybe in Germany. Thank you for your attention, and I think.
Yeah, thank you, Quentin. Now I want to introduce you to Maria, who is going to be presenting on the Hamburg, France side.
Thank you, Florent. Hello, everyone. Pleasure being here. My name is Maria Haas. I'm from the Maritime cluster, Northern Germany. I'm responsible for our international affairs and international projects, and I'm going to give you a brief overview what we do in Germany. We're quite similar to Polymer, as Florent has already explained what they do, but still I'm going to give you an insight in our cluster. So, as you can see, we have around 350 member companies. We are around 25 employees, but we are not solely based in Hamburg, but we cover the whole northern part of Germany, namely Bremen, Schleswig-Holstein, Mecklenburg, Pomerania. So we are quite active all over Germany. And these are the representatives in the branch offices, so it's always nice to see some nice faces. They are very close to our members. We try to meet with our members regularly, to be in contact, to get to know what the pain points are, how we can support them best in order to foster collaborations nationally but also internationally. These are our focus areas. We are not solely focusing on offshore wind, but we are focusing on the whole maritime industry. We do have partners in shipbuilding, in ports, in marine technologies, in suppliers, so we are quite well connected. Our mission and our goals are quite similar to those of Polymer. We try to build bridges, not only industry or international wide, but also between research and the industries, because as we all know, we have great research projects, but it's always a challenge to bring the results into the industry and to actually work with them. So we are quite active there. We want to foster new collaborations between our members, but also between partner clusters. So it's quite nice to be here and talk to all of you. And yes, we do have specialist groups because, as I said before, we cover a lot of topics. So we do have these focus groups to allow our members to discuss with one another. We do not only have SMEs or larger size companies as our members, but also research institutes as well. So these focus groups allow us to have an exchange between one another in order to discuss new projects and new implementations. We also work a lot on projects. One project I'm responsible for is the project called RESC4EU, where we try to focus on improving supply chains across Europe. I'm happy to discuss this with you later on, because we will be hosting a reception at our booth C24. Later, right after this pitch session, so you're all very warmly invited to join us for some nice snacks and a glass of wine. And yes, now I would like to hand over to one of our member companies. This is Hendrik Wolff from ARMATUREN-WOLFF, and he's giving an insight in what they do in their company.
Thank you, Maria. Bonjour à tous. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to have the possibility to present myself and my company and what we do here at this exhibition, and to give an example of what the member companies of the Maritime Cluster of Northern Germany do. It's actually precisely in the context of the strategic cooperation that I've got the possibility to participate at this exhibition today. And of course, we are thrilled to have the possibility to welcome companies from your side in Hamburg as well in return afterwards. Our company, ARMATUREN-WOLFF, based in Hamburg, is a small or medium-sized company. We focus on the maritime industry. Our company has been founded in 1945, which means that nowadays I represent the third generation of managing directors. We have got a small entity in India also, where we get support in CAD and sourcing of components, but also complete projects on the basis of half-finished products which we export to India, for example. Our main product groups include 5 product areas, basically. We don't do everything in the field of valves, but we specialize in some areas. And among these, there are some which are particularly suitable for the wind energy industry. I've highlighted these here, and I would like to give you a couple of specific examples for solutions which we do for the wind energy and offshore wind energy sector. Firstly, quick closing valve systems. We focus mainly the converter substations and the emergency energy supply on these. These work generally on the basis of conventional fuels, and that means that these systems have to be secured by a quick closing valve system. In case of an emergency, you want to prevent combustibles to be pumped into the fire, and that's what our systems do. Of course, we can assure full compliance with all statutory and class requirements. And one particular variant of our products have proven particularly useful and suitable for this application, which is the electric systems. Because the electric systems, in comparison to conventional hydraulic or pneumatic systems, offer a number of advantages, namely the integration into the controls on board, as well as the supervision possibilities. It's an eco-friendly possibility. And we have installed this kind of system in a number of projects. And you can see that TenneT is among the main final customers using our system on their offshore converter stations, whereas there are other ones as well. Another product which is largely used in certain types of wind turbine towers is the flexible reach rod. Normally developed in order to operate valves over a certain distance and manually. It can be used for other purposes as well, because this is a fail-safe solution. You don't need auxiliary energy, and it is a possibility to still operate valves which either have to be operated very rarely or in cases of emergency, when it's difficult to reach into places or in dangerous areas. It consists of a steel cable which is wound in a special way in different layers so that it can transmit the torque manually over a certain distance. And in the wind turbine applications, we use these flexible reach rods, as we call them, in order to operate the brakes of vibration absorbers, or tuned mass dampers, as they're called in some products. Depending on the specific manufacturer and customer, the design is different, of course, but it always involves moving masses. These moving masses will have to be stopped, and the operation of these brakes is done by flexible reach rods. Other examples of the operation here, you can see the engine control room on board of a ship, where there are flexible reach rods installed to operate valves, or the emergency connection of an actuator installed in places difficult to access otherwise. Last product group I would like to mention is that apart from the valves and product groups we manufacture in-house, we are also specialists in project management and handling of the specific documentation and quality control for valves, obviously. So especially when the projects become larger and the requirements in terms of technical compliance, certification, and project management become exhaustive, then it makes sense to have one full contractor for the supply of valves. And we are very experienced in handling manual and motorized valves to give you all the certification and the offshore required documents. And in case when there is a requirement for a modification or for a repair or something of a valve, we've got our workshop in-house where we can carry out the required work. In this sense, we've got a number of projects we have made our deliveries to. The HKZ Alpha and Beta platforms, and for TenneT, Borwin, Beta, Hellwin Alpha, and Dolwin Gamma, as well as for the Vattenfall application of, well, it's an accommodation platform, basically an offshore hotel. So this is it. Thank you very much for your attention. And in case there is anything or any questions that I can ask, I'd be very happy to continue the discussions at the stand C24, because as Maria has just mentioned, we are going to have a cocktail there right now. Thank you very much.
So yes, thank you very much, all of you. Thank you very much for attending the session. What you just saw is very practical example of potential collaboration, potential fitting between different markets, companies, and associations. So that's the beginning, that's the start of long-term collaboration, which fits into maritime decarbonation, as we said before, shipping decarbonation, offshore wind, energy providing, energy supply. And the next step for this between Nantes and Hamburg, between Pays de la Loire and France and Germany is SMM in Hamburg in September, where many companies from our ecosystems will be there. There will be, because that's a major conference, major exhibition in shipping industry for the European area. And then there will be as well Wind Energy Hamburg in September as well, which is major event for our industry as well. And there are obviously both territories, both areas, both ecosystems that are meeting there. Whether it is academics, solution providers, operators, local governments, ports, toward cleaner, smarter ports, cleaner, smarter energy, offshore, onshore, and energy supply. So that's what we are starting, long-term collaboration, as we say. And thanks a lot to Nantes Development, to the city of Nantes for organizing this, this pitch session, for the collaboration. And we are very happy to take few questions and as well to host you on C24 booth in a few minutes. Thank you. One question, two questions? No. So